Are you making $500,000 a year but still giving away 30 to 40% of your hard-earned income when paying taxes? Our team will help you buy a cash flowing Airbnb / short-term rental that can reduce your total tax bill in 45 days and help you save $75,000 to $300,000 through the entire process, 99% done for you. Most high income earners have no idea that there's a legal IRS strategy that lets you use short-term rental investment property to offset their W-2, 1099 or business income, and that can potentially save them tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes. The IRS does not treat short-term rental investment properties the same way they do with other investment properties. If your average guest stay is 7 days or less, your property is no longer considered a rental activity. It becomes a business activity, and that's what unlocks the entire short-term rental loophole. Normally, rental losses are passive. Passive losses can only offset passive income. That's why most people can't use real estate losses to reduce their active income. Now, short-term rentals, they follow a completely different rule book. If you meet a few participation requirements, the IRS allows your short-term rental to be classified as non-passive. And when it becomes non-passive, those real estate losses can now be used to offset active income like W-2, 1099, or business income. Now, you don't need to have real estate professional status, you just need to show material participation. There are several ways to do this, but the easiest way is to put in 100 hours of work on the short-term rental and more time than anyone else. Tasks like messaging guests, coordinating cleaners, setting up the listing, these all count. Now, if you do this correctly, the IRS allows your short-term rental to offset your active income. Now, here's where the real value comes in. Short-term rentals qualify for accelerated depreciation and cost segregation. That means in year one, you can take a very large paper loss, often tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. So instead of paying taxes on your full income, that paper loss reduces the amount the IRS can tax you on. Here's a simple example. Let's say you buy a $500,000 short-term rental. A cost segregation study might create $150,000 in accelerated depreciation. If you materially participate, you can use $150,000 to offset your total active income, which is real money you would have paid taxes on. This is how high income earners are saving massive amount in taxes year one. Now, keep in mind this explanation is for educational purposes only and is not tax, legal, or financial advice. Investors should always consult their own CPA or tax advisor before relying on any tax strategy. At my company, B&B Experts, we specialize in helping high income earners purchase cash flowing short-term rentals for their tax strategies when using the short-term rental loophole for their tax savings. Our team will present you with fully vetted, fully underwritten cash flowing short-term rental investment opportunities personalized to your tax strategy and investment goals. Our team has analyzed every major short-term rental market across the US, and we've identified the top performing markets, which means we always have a strong inventory of cash flowing investment opportunities to choose from. We negotiate the entire structure of the deal to get you the best price and terms. Have you ever heard of creative financing? We are experts at negotiating creative financing structures, which allows you to purchase real estate with less money down. We have helped many clients buy short-term rentals with down payments as low as 0 to 10% down and interest rates anywhere from 2 to 5%. Now, instead of having to put 20 to 25% down payments for a traditional loan with interest rates higher than 6.5%, which typically kills the cash flow and returns of most investment opportunities. The 5 types of creative financing opportunities we negotiate are the Morby method, derived from Pace Morby's teachings. In this structure, the buyer typically obtains a DSCR loan at approximately 80% loan to value and brings a standard 20% down payment at closing. At the completion of the transaction, the seller provides a seller financing note, often representing 30 to 50% of their net proceeds, which is dispersed to the buyer at closing. This seller carryback effectively reimburses the buyer's down payment and closing costs, and when negotiated properly, can result in a zero down or cashback acquisition while remaining compliant with institutional lending requirements. The second type of creative financing is seller financing. financing, which is a transaction where the seller owns the property outright, and to avoid huge capital gains taxes when selling, they much rather hold a mortgage note, which will pay them interest on their equity by acting as the bank after selling the property. Third would be subject to, which is a real estate transaction where the buyer acquires a property subject to the seller's existing mortgage, meaning the loan remains in the seller's name while the buyer takes ownership and control of the property while continuing to make the monthly mortgage payments. Fourth and fifth are wraparound mortgages and hybrid structures, which are a combination of seller financing and subject to transactions. These last four types of creative finance transactions allow buyers to avoid going through traditional financing, lengthy loan application processes, credit or background checks, paying 1 to 2 in loan fees, and can close in 2 weeks. For every deal, we explore creative financing structures that may provide tax savings higher than your total cash into the deal, higher cash flow, and lower upfront costs. And if for some reason the seller won't agree to creative financing terms, most of the time we negotiate the price down and ask the seller for credits that reduce their asking price by $20,000 to $150,000 depending on the fair market value of the property. We handle 99% of the work required to go under contract, close, and live in 45 days. So we will review all the agreements with you and coordinate every detail of the transaction, such as inspections, appraisals, insurance quotes, lender communication, title coordination, pretty much all parties involved until you close successfully. We also connect you to a top local co-hosting company / property manager, a professional Airbnb short-term rental designer, photographers, cleaners, handymans, and other vetted general contractors. Also, cost segregation companies with pre-negotiated pricing and a CPA or enrolled agent to support you anytime you need tax advice or support preparing your returns. We help coordinate the transition so your property can go live in 2 to 3 weeks and have everything you need so that you can get the tax savings you need from your investment property. And it gets even better. Most investors rely on gurus who keep them dependent. We do the complete opposite. When you work with us, you get access to our in-house AI-powered deal finder and analyzer. This tool identifies and analyzes cash flow and short-term rentals, co-living, and multifamily investment opportunities across all U.S. markets in seconds. And our full property acquisition course, which follows the exact framework I've used to help clients purchase over 150 million in cash flow and investment properties. You'll learn how to analyze and find cash flowing short-term rentals, co-living, and multifamily properties like a professional investor. Structure the deal so that it gives you the highest returns, the step-by-step negotiating process, and how to set up and launch your investment property successfully using strategies that will help you maximize your earnings. We don't just help you buy one investment property. We teach you how to build and scale an entire portfolio so that you can create the wealth and lifestyle you actually want, including the ability to replace your current income with rental income for early retirement. Now, for investors who are already classified as real estate professional status and do not need to rely on the short-term rental loophole, we have alternative cash flow investment opportunities available. Our team is highly experienced in finding, analyzing, negotiating, and closing on cash flowing co-living / pad split and multifamily properties, and we can help you acquire these assets the same way we help other investors purchase cash flowing short-term rental investment opportunities. Now, why can we make such a result-driven promise like this? It's simple. Look at our track record. Here are 3 case studies of clients who we have successfully helped buy cash flowing short-term rentals, which have resulted in reducing their total tax bill. Now, my clients value their privacy just like you do, so I am using AI-generated images and their initials to protect their identity. Mr. S, who is a senior executive at a Fortune 500 company earning about $500,000 per year, he was actively investing in traditional tax strategies and crypto, but none of it significantly reduced his 6-figure annual tax bill. After working with us, he acquired a cash flowing short-term rental. Through proper structuring and depreciation, he was able to significantly reduce his tax liability while owning an asset that produces cash flow and builds builds long-term equity. Or Mrs. K, who is a medical doctor earning $350,000 per year as a W-2 employee. With no business income and no real estate exposure, she was consistently paying around $85,000 per year in federal taxes. Once she began working with us, we guided her through the acquisition of a cash flowing short-term rental property. Also, Mr. W, who owns a consultant firm serving attorneys, earns approximately about $700,000 per year. While he had previously invested in long-term rentals, he lacked the knowledge to identify high-performing short-term rental opportunities and didn't really know how to properly structure, launch, or manage them for maximum cash flow. So we held Mr. W close on 2 short-term rental properties at $650,000 each, and both properties launched successfully, cash flow as projected, and most importantly, enable him to save over $200,000 in taxes while upgrading his portfolio to a higher yield asset. So if that's all you need to hear and you want to speak with my team, book a call below and we'll show you exactly how we can help you buy a cash flowing short-term rental that can reduce your total tax bill to as close to $0 as possible. After working with many investors, we found that most high-income earners who try to buy an Airbnb/short-term rental to reduce their tax bill on their own make the same mistakes. They rely on agents with little to no experience with short-term rentals. They do surface level underwriting or analysis, don't pull levers to get better price or terms when negotiating, or they work with CPAs that specialize in filing tax returns, not tax strategy. And then they hope that their short-term rental performs and that the property they buy wipes out their entire tax bill. The problem? Well, hope is not a strategy. So without proper professional guidance, it's very easy to buy a short-term rental that cash flows negative, buy a property that doesn't wipe majority of your tax bill, overpay for a property, or waste months on deals that never close in the first place. So we've built a system that eliminates all of this. There are 2 big reasons why our process works so consistently well. Reason number 1 is volume. When most investors look for a property, they review 5 to 10 listings, maybe run some quick napkin math, and pick what seems good. Statistically, that's one of the fastest way to buy the wrong deal that loses you money every month. Because to find cash flowing short-term rentals or any other investment opportunities that meet your tax strategy and investment goals, you need far more volume than any one person can realistically analyze on their own, especially if you're a busy professional. So we take all that work off your plate. Every month, our team and our proprietary AI tools review 3,000 to 5,000 listings across the best performing markets we have identified. Our in-house AI-powered deal finder and analyzer alone can run through hundreds of deals in seconds, flagging only the top performers that will cash flow positive, meet your cash on hand, investment goals, and tax strategy. From there, our team manually underwrites dozens of these investment properties for each client and hand selects the strongest and best performing opportunities. So you're not only picking from 10, you're picking from thousands. This gives you an unfair advantage. Most clients go on the contract with the very first batch of deals we send. And if not, the second batch does it 99% of the time. So buying one of the best investment opportunities in the market becomes predictable, not lucky. Now, the second reason this works so well is launch time. After helping investors purchase over $150 million in investment properties and going live, we've learned exactly how to quickly and correctly launch a short-term rental, co-living, or multifamily so that it becomes a performing and revenue-producing asset once going live. Most investors have no idea how many things can go wrong after closing. The wrong property manager or co-host, unproven design and amenity choices, unreliable cleaners, overpriced contractors, or a slow setup can kill cash flow before the listing even goes live. So instead of leaving you to figure out everything on your own, we give you a major advantage by giving you access to our vetted ecosystem of trusted partners who specialize in launching short-term rentals, co-living, or multifamily properties. We connect you with the top co-hosts co-hosts or property managers, short-term rental interior designers, and any general contractors you may need. This ensures your property can go live within 2 to 3 weeks after closing, not months. And if anything isn't right, whether a co-host or a property manager underperforms, a contractor overcharges, or a provider sets something up incorrectly, we catch it immediately, so you don't waste any money or lose momentum. This dramatically reduces your risk and significantly increases your chances of launching as quickly and successfully as possible. So not only do we help you acquire the right cash flow and investment property, but we also ensure it goes live quickly, successfully, and with a proven team behind you, the same type of partners we've relied on. While you're free to use your own vendors, it's hard to match the performance and reliability of teams who do this at scale across multiple markets, which is why our clients lean on the network we bring to the table. If you're serious about reducing your total tax bill this year and need help buying a cash flowing investment property that aligns with your tax strategy, click below and book a call so we can show you exactly how we can help you.